And now it's time to hear from Neena and Masaba Gupta, creator partners on Instagram's Love Runs Deep initiative. If you have an interesting brand brief, your brand could get a chance to work with them and 23 other diverse creators on Instagram.
A big hello and a very warm welcome to Brand Equity with me, Sonali Krishna. Today, we're going to be talking about Instagram and Instagram's influencers. Instagram today is a community of more than 1 billion people. 90% of accounts follow a business on Instagram, and hence it's become a natural home for partnerships between people, creators, and brands to come to life. Creators on Instagram build authentic connections with their followers, and their followers in turn look to them for inspiration. These are not just artists, in their particular line of work, but experts on honest and authentic brand communication. Well, today I'm joined by two wonderful creators, path breakers in their own right. Our guests today are some of the most authentic voices catering to different communities through their online presence. While one is an actor that has lent grace to the term veteran, the other is a designer extraordinaire. This dynamic duo is also one of the highly talked about mother-daughter pairs thanks to their unique styles and unfiltered personalities. Please let me introduce to you Neena and Masaba Gupta, who are joining me right here today to have this wonderful conversation on the platform Instagram and, of course, how they've been using it to leverage their own clout and, of course, also inspire their followers and, in turn, brands. Thank you so much, Neena ji. Thank you so much, Masaba.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
If I ask you to jog your memory and go back to when you started, your journey on Instagram, what was the trigger and how has the journey so far been for both of you personally in terms of engaging with, your audience and your followers?
So, I think for me, I can't really remember what the trigger was to get onto a platform like Instagram, but I just remember that I, for the longest time, wanted a platform where I could share, like you said, an unfiltered, an unapologetic mood board of sorts of my life. And not just my life, but also the work I do, the food I eat, and everything that comes with it. So I think that was the trigger to join. And I felt like it was my page. I could make it as personal or impersonal as I like. I could share tidbits of things that I wanted to, and, engage with my audience beyond what they know of me through the press or through other, brand associations, because I think there's always a filter that goes in there. So today I would say it's an extension of my life. It's like a third arm almost, where I share everything from the work I do to the people I meet, places I travel. And that's what it's become. It's become an extension of me today.
Right. Neena ji, your Instagram account is as unfiltered as it can get. I mean, you treat it as if it is, you're talking to your inner circle and your own family members. So kudos to you, to be so authentic on the platform. What was your trigger to, get onto the platform and reveal yourself, in your truest form?
There was a trigger, I think 2.5 years back. I was going somewhere and somebody asked me, when did you come to Bombay? So there was a media image about me that after my marriage, I live in Delhi and I don't work. I don't want to work. So I used to wonder why I don't get work, why people don't come to me. And this happened once, twice, thrice. Every time people used to ask me, when did you come to Bombay? So that day I got very frustrated and very angry, and I didn't know, I was not a media savvy person, and I didn't know how to do things. In fact, I always used to ask Masaba, maine theek likha, and like that. And I came home and I just wrote that post that I'm a good actor. I'm working and I live in Bombay. And like everybody was shocked and everybody was very emotional about it. And I didn't know that it's going to be this kind of reaction. And from then onwards, I changed my image, in fact, through Instagram of what actually I am and not what media projects me to be.
Both of you, I think independently and together are quite a rage on the platform. Masaba, maybe you can throw some light on, what are the active checks you make when working, on your brand or, any brand collaboration. What are some of the notes and some of the takeaways brands, can possibly get a few cues from through creators such as you?
One of the main things is that whenever there's a brand association that comes by, I make sure that um, the brand really stands for one, what I believe in and what they themselves believe in. I think that's very important because I think, for example, if somebody came to me with a cream that is actually a fairness cream, but they under the guise of a brightening cream, it would be a straight up no. I think I can't be this person who endorses something and doesn't really use it or believe in it in my real life. I think that's very important for me. So one, what are my values? What are the values the brand follows, and do they really follow it all the way? That's one. The second is, does it fit my aesthetic? I think a lot of the times, you see brand associations where there isn't really a synergy, and it looks forced, and it looks like it's just a out and out commercial deal. I don't like to go for those, because I think the audience can tell. And I was telling someone today that I think the audience today is so sharp, followers are so intelligent, they can sniff out something that's a hardcore marketing activity. And the third thing is, can I really bring something to the table with this brand, and can they benefit me?
Sure. So you're obviously well versed with the Love Runs Deep on the Love Runs Deep, initiative and challenge on Instagram. Why did you decide to be part of this program?
I think, I am a great lover of Instagram myself. I think, like I said, I've used it so well for myself, for my brand, and I continue to want to find new ways to use it. So when they came to me with this campaign, I thought it was perfect, because to reach out to brands, to reach out to a curated set of brands, even better. I think the entire idea that I consider Instagram my extended family or an extension of my personal self, I just thought this would be the right time to do these things, because I truly believe that we're riding a digital wave at the moment. And it's important to put yourself out there in the right light, in the right capacity, and invite more and more that's coming with the digital revolution. So I think that for me, the idea that the love runs deep is something that I believe in personally. I know a lot of people think that social media can get toxic, it can get hateful sometimes, but I want to promote the idea that we really should be leaning towards love as far as Instagram is concerned.
Neena ji?
भाई मेरा तो लव अफेयर चल रहा है इंस्टाग्राम पे. I'm having a big love affair, and actually it's almost become like my own channel. So many times people come and tell me, they call me, "Okay, we want an interview about this, about today's times, hard times." I said, but I don't have to talk to you, because I'm talking on Instagram to my followers all the time, and the love runs so deep that I'm crying so many times reading the comments, what people send, and I make it a point to read all the comments, and so that's why I was very happy that I'm a part of this.
What is the advice, Masaba, you would give to brands who would be participating in this challenge?
I think the main thing would be that a lot of the times brands try and overcomplicate communication with their followers. They make it so manicured. It's not even organic. It's not their own. It's not a real raw voice. I think people today are fed up of that very larger than life, flamboyant type of marketing. They just want something relatable. So I would say to brands that, keep it relatable, keep it real, understand the consumer you're talking to, and also listen to them. And I think that's very important. And don't and try and use influencers with what they do best. I think a lot of the times what happens is that brands try and push the influencer to change their voice. and that's not fun. You should make the influencer speak in the voice that they're most comfortable with, that they're known for, and try and make a piece of content their own. I would say that would be my one advice to them.
Sure, sure. Well, on that note, thank you, both of you. Thank you for giving us your time, and thank you for sharing insights. Hopefully, brands participating in the Love Runs Deep Challenge have taken cues from both of you as, very senior influencers in the Instagram ecosystem. And more power to both of you. And here's to, a great innings, not only on Instagram, but even in life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Sonali.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
And with that, we're completely out of time. And below, you can see all the platforms that are listed where you can reach out to us and give us your thoughts on the show. With that, I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, keep it real.